If you've ever taken out a tiny card from your phone, camera, drone, or even a Nintendo Switch and thought, how can something this small hold so much data? Then you've already met one of the most underrated pieces of tech in your everyday life, the microSD card. It's smaller than your fingernail, easy to lose, and yet powerful enough to store thousands of photos, hours of video, and entire apps. But what exactly is a microSD card, and how does it manage to pack so much information into such a tiny space? Let's break it down, right here, on History of Simple Things. The story of the microSD card begins with the standard SD card, which was introduced in 1999 by the SD Association, a group formed by companies like SanDisk, Panasonic, and Toshiba. These original SD cards were designed for digital cameras and early portable devices. As mobile phones became more advanced in the early 2000s, engineers needed something much smaller. In 2004, SanDisk introduced a tiny version called the Trans-Flash card. Just a year later, in 2005, it was officially adopted and renamed the microSD card by the SD Association. That move standardized the format, allowing it to be used across different brands and devices. From there, microSD cards evolved rapidly, from storing just a few megabytes in the early days to now supporting terabytes of data. At its core, a microSD card is a type of removable flash memory. That means it stores data electronically without any moving parts. Inside that tiny plastic shell are millions of memory cells made from NAND flash technology, which can hold electrical charges that represent digital information, your photos, videos, apps, and files. Unlike traditional hard drives, there's no spinning disk or mechanical arm. Everything is solid state, which is why microSD cards are lightweight, silent, and resistant to shock. That's also why they became perfect for portable devices like smartphones and action cameras that move around a lot. When you save a file to a microSD card, your device converts that file into binary code, streams of ones and zeros. The card then stores those bits as electrical charges in memory cells. Reading the data works the same way in reverse. The card detects the charge patterns and converts them back into usable files. What makes microSD cards especially useful is their controller chip. This tiny processor inside the card manages where data is stored, ensures it's written correctly, and helps extend the lifespan of the memory by distributing usage evenly across cells. Without it, the memory would wear out much faster. Not all microSD cards are the same. Over time, they've been divided into different categories based on storage capacity and speed. The earliest versions could only hold up to 2 gigabytes and were simply called microSD. Then came microSD-HC, high capacity, which supported up to 32 gigabytes. After that, microSD-XC, extended capacity, expanded the limit up to 2 terabytes. The newest standard, microSD-UC, ultra capacity, theoretically supports up to 128 terabytes, although cards that large are not widely available yet. Speed is just as important as capacity. You might see labels like UHS-I, UHS-2, or UHS-3, which refer to how fast data can be read or written. There are also video speed classes like V30, V60, and V90, which are especially important for recording high-resolution video like 4K or 8K. For apps, there are A1 and A2 ratings that determine how smoothly programs can run when stored on the card. MicroSD cards are everywhere once you start looking for them. Smartphones use them to expand storage for photos, apps, and media. Action cameras and drones rely on them because they are small, lightweight, and fast enough to capture high-definition footage. Gaming devices like the Nintendo Switch use microSD cards to store downloadable games. Even dash cameras in cars depend on them for continuous recording loops. In many parts of the world, they are also a simple and affordable way to add storage to budget devices. Their versatility is what keeps them relevant, even as cloud storage becomes more popular. With everything moving toward cloud storage, you might wonder why microSD cards still exist. The answer is simple: speed, control, and reliability. Unlike cloud storage, microSD cards don't need internet access. That makes them perfect for travel, remote locations, or situations where connectivity is weak. They also allow instant access to large files without waiting for downloads. And because they're physical, users have direct control over their data without relying on external servers. So in the end, the microSD card is a perfect example of how far storage technology has come. What started as a simple solution for expanding memory in early mobile devices has evolved into a tiny powerhouse that supports everything from high-resolution video recording to portable gaming and professional photography. Even as cloud storage grows, this small card continues to prove its value by being fast, reliable, and completely offline when you need it most. And maybe that's what makes it so impressive, not just its size, but its usefulness in everyday life. It quietly works in the background, storing memories, data, and entire digital experiences without asking for attention. The next time you insert one into a device, it's worth remembering that this tiny piece of technology is carrying a surprisingly big part of your digital world. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.